Part 1. A Quiet Town and a Missing Daughter. In the early days of June 2007, Cedar Grove, Alabama, was the kind of town where everyone knew someone who knew someone else. It was the kind of place where doors were left unlocked at night, where neighbors waved from their porches, and where Sunday dinners ran late into the afternoon. Cedar Grove's population had slowly declined over the years, but the community had remained close-knit. Folks still gathered for Friday night football games, church socials, and the occasional charity bake sale. Nothing much ever happened here, or so everyone believed. At the heart of Cedar Grove was Harper Lee. Not the author, though the shared name had brought her a handful of jokes over the years, mostly fond, playful ones. Harper was 23, soft-spoken but quick to laugh, with sandy blonde hair and eyes that were always observant, like she was quietly taking in the world but rarely telling anyone exactly what she saw. She had grown up in this town, graduated from Cedar Grove High, and returned after college to live with her mother Elaine, who ran the local flower shop on Main Street. On the evening of June 5th, Harper had stayed late at the shop helping a customer arrange flowers for a wedding the next day. By the time she locked up, the sky was a deep denim blue streaked with fading sunlight. Her friend Cassie, who lived a few blocks away, gave her a ride home, something they did often when Harper closed up late. Harper's house was only 6 minutes from the flower shop, and the two girls chatted about summer plans and old high school memories. It was around 9:10 p.m. when Cassie dropped Harper off. "Don't forget dinner tomorrow," Harper said cheerfully as she stepped out of the car. Her mother loved having dinner ready early on days when Harper worked late. It was their small routine, a quiet but comforting one. "I won't," Harper replied, waving goodbye. Cassie drove off under the warming glow of the street lamps, unaware that this night would be the last time she saw her friend. Inside the house, the lights were dim. Elaine had already gone to bed, believing the Harper would be home soon. The old house creaked with summer heat, air heavy and still. Harper set her purse on the kitchen counter, took off her shoes, and grabbed a glass of water. She called out a casual, "Hi, Mom," then set her glass down and wandered into her room to change clothes. By 11:45 p.m., the house was silent. When Harper didn't come downstairs for dinner the next morning, Elaine assumed she'd slept in. It wasn't unusual. Harper was always tired after working late. But by noon, a feeling of unease sat in Elaine's chest. She called Harper's cell phone, straight to voicemail. That afternoon, Elaine drove to the flower shop, assuming Harper was already there arranging flowers for the wedding. The shop was closed, no car in the driveway. The door was locked, no sign of activity. Elaine's unease deepened. By 2 p.m., she called Cassie. "Have you seen Harper?" Elaine asked, voice trembling. "No, she never texted or called," Cassie replied. "I dropped her off last night around 9. That's it." Just like that, Harper Lee was gone. Part 2. Search and First Leads. The local police were called in. Sheriff Tom Whitaker had been Cedar Grove sheriff for nearly 20 years. Old school, calm, and meticulous. He had seen his share of small-town disputes and alcohol-related accidents, but a disappearance like this was new territory. "I've never known her to skip town," Sheriff Whitaker later told reporters. "No history of running off, no known troubles. She's a small-town girl through and through." Search teams combed the flower shop, Harper's bedroom, her car, and nearby woods. Volunteers handed out flyers. The local radio station aired pleas for information, but there were no clear clues, no ransom note, no signs of struggle, no suspicious sightings. What they found next changed everything. At around 5:30 p.m. that day, a jogger in the woods behind Cedar Grove discovered Harper's phone, cracked but still intact, lying by a cluster of bushes. The phone was unlocked, and the last thing on the screen was Harper's home screen. Nothing seemed out of place. Sheriff Whitaker inspected the surrounding area, finding footprints that suggested someone had been there recently, but the prints were unclear. Too many overlapping in the soft soil to give a definitive direction. No other personal items were found. Investigators retrieved the phone's data logs, hoping for clues. There were a few calls from the night before, one from Cassie, one from Elaine, and a text to her mother confirming dinner. But then there was an unexpected text sent at 12:02 a.m. after Harper was believed to be inside her house. "I'm sorry." No recipient name, just those two words. Investigators began to dig. Who had Harper been texting at midnight? The phone record showed it was sent from her phone, not a spoof or